And Eternals is, for a movie that we'll discuss maybe more so soon.
I mean, we could talk about it. What do you think about it?
I don't know. That's almost why I like have this weird thing about, because it suffers from some things that I think Chloe Zhao suffers from in other movies as a director, which is that certain performances really don't click with me. And I think it's a script thing, but I also think it's a performance thing. I think there are certain performances that are just not well directed. That's the way I would put it.
Yeah.
But I think that in terms of her style, it's truly a unique looking Marvel film.
God,
and
it felt like a fucking movie.
And they get some cool shit in there. I mean, anyone who puts... Oh, and now I'm forgetting. Is it Mesopotamia that we get to see in like the beginning?
Yeah, I like that editing structure of just kind of jumping into moments in the past.
I loved that shit, dude. That shit was so fucking cool.
And I loved every time they did another one. I mean, the Hiroshima one was whatever, but I think a lot of them are really good. Yeah, that's a movie that I think suffers from some of the Marvel problems, a la kind of a big shiny barrage in your face of a third act, and gets a little long in the tooth. But the big hand ultimately pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not going too deep into things, I don't know if people have seen Eternals yet, but the big hand, kind of cool. Cool. And I guess mild spoilers for Eternals, it avoids having the constant, which I will point out in Black Widow at some point, the villain problem of Marvel, at least by, and again, not a huge spoiler here, I think it could probably be assumed it's one of them, having one of the Eternals ultimately be the villain. Like the active villain of the movie.
Yeah.
So I think that helps. I don't know if I love the way every beat of that plays out, but at least it's all just like a big conflict within the group, and you don't have to have like another villain with another this. It's all just like right there. And that helps.
It's interesting, but that he is one of the performances of that movie that I think actually does not work ever.
Don't think it works. No.
Movie. No.
I think I see what he's trying to do. I don't know.
I see what he's trying to do. It just doesn't really work. I don't know. Like, it's not very compelling. And I would argue that the lead, honestly, is not very compelling to me either. But I don't know. That's kind of how I felt
like
about
the
it with
lead.
the first viewing.
I like the lead. I don't think that she gets enough time to really become the full character I would have liked, but I like Gemma Chan a lot in it.
For me, it was really Brian. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I agree. Brian Tyree Henry rules always. Period.
He's amazing. Kubal Nanjiani, he's incredible, and
I also like his turn in the third act.
Yes, it's
like
fun.
Often films don't have a character that are handled that way.
It is
like
cool.
I don't know, like cool spoilers for the third act of The Eternals. Kumail Nanjiani's character literally just walks away at the beginning of the third act. Is like, I disagree with you, but I don't want to fight you over it.
Yeah.
Bye. And like, that's amazing.
No, I agree. No, there are some moments that like, and like, honestly, that's the thing about it is it's I honestly don't know how to feel about it. I'm at around like a 5 or a 6. That's like the number that I'm like hovering around right now. So it's not like I deeply disliked the movie. Angelina Jolie is so fascinating in this movie. I think she's fucking
and so is
fantastic.
The guy who's her major counterpart in it. He's really good.
Yes. Oh, and I would say, is it who plays Sprite? Liam McHugh.
Oh, I didn't like that performance.
You don't like Liam McHugh? Oh,
I did not
I liked
like
her
that
performance.
No.
Interesting. Okay.
I liked the performance of the deaf speedster girl, and I liked Barry Keoghan as well.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. Yeah, I think I'm ultimately positive on Eternals, but I also think it's interesting because okay, so we're talking about Black Widow,
Right.
and
I was basically making the point that I think that in Black Widow, Shortland, I'm going to keep saying it wrong now because I wrote it wrong in my notes. Cate Shortland, she shines through, her directing voice shines through, and I think Eternals does as well. I guess, would you agree with that? Or
I think that Zhao definitely shines through a lot better than Shortland. I think that Shortland has a few sequences